Hey guys, it's Jalen. Welcome back. I'm here today to share with you a different kind of video. I wanted to film this before I left, but on my trip to Turkey, but I didn't get around to it because life was crazy and hectic. This is going to be the makeup that I took with me on my travels. So I went to Turkey for a little over 2 weeks. I was gone from the 10th of June, which is actually the day after my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I actually didn't even celebrate my birthday while we were gone, which that's fine. I don't really go all out celebrating my birthday. It's fine. Yeah, so we left the 10th and we came back yesterday, which was the 26th. So we were gone for a little over 2 weeks, and there were several different things we did. We were in Istanbul for 5 days, and we went to visit my dad's family, which is in the village in the middle of the country. And then we went to Cappadocia to sightsee, and then we went to Antalya, which is a beach area, and we were there for 6 days. So I wanted to share with you the makeup that I took with me. And the first thing I'll show you guys is the makeup bag that I take with me on longer trips. So it's this bag that I got from Sephora several years ago. It's really nice. I want to say that I saw a YouTuber talking about this, and I cannot tell you who it was. I can't remember. It was somebody. Somebody was talking about this bag. Anyway, it's this really nice bag. Once I take everything out of here, I'll kind of show you what the inside looks like. But this is what I take with me on my longer trips. So I took this guy. And then I also took a Salt New York little magnetic palette. It has this one's actually, I forgot to zip it up. But it has, a mirror here. And then you've got your magnetic palette. So I'll show you the shades that I took with me. And then I have a little separate lipstick, very dirty bag. This is actually a Sephora bag, which is where my lippies are. I'm going to go ahead and unzip this guy and show you what the inside of this looks like. This is obviously not what it looked like when I originally packed it, but this is what it looked like whenever I threw everything back in when we were coming home. Yeah. And so I'm going to pull all this stuff out and lay it on the table here next to me, and then I will walk through what is all in this. It holds a lot of stuff, which is why I like it. It also has this, it's dirty again, but it has a spot here for brushes. You could put brushes here. You could also put pencils or whatever. And it's got a flap to protect your brushes if that's what you decided to put there. And I'll show you the inside here, but there's also little flaps for holding other things. But I don't really use this because everything fits in here. I've used them in the past, but I didn't use it on this trip. Okay, babbling. I'm just going to pull all this stuff out. Obviously, there was a beauty blender in here, but it was dirty, so there's no point in showing it to you. That took me longer than I thought it would to organize. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I guess the order that I would kind of put on my face, maybe. We'll start with primers. Face primer. So I took 3 little minis. I have from Becca the First Light Priming Filter, and Smashbox the Photo Finish, what is it? Foundation Primer. These little samples. And then I have one more here from MAC, the Prep and Prime Skin Base. So I took these 3 little guys, thinking that I would probably finish this one and then work on this one. And if this one was a little too drying, that I had the one from MAC. But I ended up not even touching the one from MAC. So I was just worked on these 2. And then in terms of foundations, I took 3. So I took the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream and the IT Cosmetics CC Your Skin But Better CC Cream. And I have the shade Light. I'm working to finish this one. I'm working to finish all 3 of these, actually. And the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. So I took these 3. And for concealer, I am working on the Wet n Wild Photo Finish. What is this one? Photofocus Concealer. I'm working to use this one 30 times. but I'd only used it a couple of times and I wasn't super comfortable or confident with my comfort level on it. That's kind of what I want to say. So I wanted to take a concealer that I knew that I loved and I knew worked really well. So I ended up taking the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. And this is the shade Ivory. I love this concealer. And it was holy grail. It was perfect for that, like the weather we were in. I loved it. So this went with me. And then for like illuminators, I took two. I have this Burberry Fresh Glow Luminous Fluid Base. This is a little mini. And then I also took a stick. This is by Cover FX, the Enhanced Click Stick in Bubbly. So both of these are in projects. And the other thing I forgot to mention, I did decant a little bit of my Vitamin Rich Face Base into a little like Nordstrom's little mini jar thingy. So I took this with me. And I'm just going to leave this in here and I will take this with me to Spain. I think I have a mini sample of this anyway, but I figured, well, I'm almost done with my jar, like a big jar that I'm working on. So I wanted to go ahead and try to get as much out of that as I could. And this is smaller than their sample anyway, so it takes up less space. The last thing that's like, I guess, complexion-y is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in light to medium. So I definitely could not leave without this. I love this stuff. This is a new jar. I may move to I have a Smashbox stick that I want a new one that I want to work on. It's an older product, but it's in my collection, but I haven't started using it yet. Wow. So I'll probably end up moving to that one, but I took this one with me. Now in terms of like powders, to set my face, I have the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent Light. It's this teeny tiny little mini. I have this in my 100 Colorful Empty, so I wanted to take that to set my concealer. I took my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. This is a holy grail. And so I definitely wanted something that I knew worked. One thing that I wish I had taken was a puff. I forgot to grab a puff. The other thing I didn't mention before is I was in such a rush the day that I was packing to leave. Our flight was at 8 p.m., I think. It was later in the day. And I literally, like an hour and a half before I left, that's whenever I packed my makeup. Because I was running around like a crazy person. Oh, yeah, and I don't even think I had done my makeup yet. I had to do my makeup and pack my makeup. So that's what all this, so I forgot like very few things. One of which was a makeup puff. Like I wish I had taken a makeup puff with me. Okay, to set my face and my eyeshadow primer, well, this is mostly to set my eyeshadow primer. This was the Maybelline like Super Stay powder. Super Stay something skin. It's all rubbed off on here, but I'm working on this in my Nightmare on Panning Street project. So I took this with me to set my eyeshadow primer. I'm not showing you what the progress is on these because that would be spoilers. And the last thing I did is I decanted some of my Sicily. This is the Fito Poudre Libre Loose Face Powder in the shade Irisé. So this powder, which is dirty. Yep, this powder. And I decanted some of this into an old It Cosmetics, like Bye Bye Pores sifter, because I wanted to take that powder with me to buff, because it's a beautiful powder to buff with. And yeah, so I ended up decanting some of that into here. So yeah, this one with me. I wanted a like holy grail, can't fail powder to go with me. So those were all the like face powders that I took. And now I will move to like cream products for the face. I took two. I took this Kosas Color and Light Cream Duo, and this is in 8th Muse High Intensity. I ended up only using this a couple of times. So I'll show you what this one looks like. Because it was still a little bit dark for me. and I used it a couple times by the time, like once I got to the beach and started to get a tan is when I started to use this. But I still only used it a couple times. Hi. The one that I used most of the time when I did use a cream product was this Tarte creamy breezy cream blush in Pink Sky, and this was great. Whenever I did need to use it, I can show you this because I want to hit pan and I don't have pan yet. Anyway, I brought this. So those were the two cream products. I didn't really bring a cream highlighter other than what was in here because I'm not really working on, well, I'm sorry, I did bring like these guys, but I didn't use them as a typical like cream highlighter. Hi. Hey, baby. Hi. All the cats got their nails trimmed as soon as I got back. Oh, they were all long. Hi. Hey, babe. Hi. 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 Hey. You gonna take a nap? You gonna take a nap? People would love it if you took a nap back there. Oh, he's gonna park it. Yes, he is. Okay, for bronzer, I took the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, this little mini, and I'm working on hitting pan on this. So it actually ended up working out really well, even whenever I was at my fair, when I was fair. And then for blushes, I took 3. I took the Benefit Dandelion blush. I have this little mini in my 50 Shades of Green. My goal is to finish this. What was I thinking? And then I took the NARS. I took my NARS Orgasm blush that's in here. My goal is to hit pan. Not there yet, but I'm working on it. And then the last blush I took is actually my 2 blushes in my Hourglass palette here. The 2 blushes in here are Euphoric Fusion and Luminous Glow. And my goal is to finish these. I'll go ahead and show you these. They're not finished. Yeah, my goal is to finish both of those. So I did wear the blushes in here a ton. Like, I think this is what I wore most of the time, and then I dabbled in these 2 a little bit. And then for highlight, I have 2. I have both of these in projects for usage goals. From Lorac, I have the Illuminating Highlighter in Starlight. And then from Becca, I have the Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Moonstone. And because these are, I'll show you what this is a really nice highlighter. I think I have this one for 30 uses and this one for 10. And I want to say I have like one more use on this one left. I didn't prioritize very well. Okay, so those are all of the like face products. The last thing I will say I did take was a MAC Fix Plus. This is the rose scent. So there's about a third of it left. There were several days that I did not wear makeup, like the flight home, of course. And I think there were several days in the middle of our trip when we were doing like Cappadocia, or it was very minimal. And most other days I would say that I did wear at least something, but there were, I would say, about 3 or 4 days where I didn't wear makeup. Okay, for the eyes. For primers, I took my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. And I also took this little mini of the Too Faced glitter glue, which is now discontinued, which is crazy pants to me. Cannot believe it. And I took some singles I have from single eyeshadows. From MAC, I have the Extra Dimension eyeshadow in Stylishly Mary. So, well, yeah, I did that right. This is in my A to Z, or 20 and 22, 22 and 22. I can't remember which project, but I wanted to hit pan in I need to hit pan in that. I also have from NARS the eyeshadow in Earthshine, and this has a usage goal on it. This is gorgeous. Love it. And then I also took this Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in Wild at Heart. And this has a usage goal as well. This is so pretty. And whenever I rolled this into the project, I think it was... Now I can't remember. I heard the 90s. I can't remember. It was for the prompt, like something something that reminds you of your best friend, and I chose my sister for my best friend, and I said that she would love this, and that if I took it with me, she may steal it. Well, come to find out that she owns it, so she did not have to steal it from me, which is pretty funny. I think those were all the singles. Those were the 3 singles I took. And then I took several eyeshadow palettes. They were small. I took my little Baby Pan That Palette Duo from MAC. This is, they're both Extra Dimension eyeshadows in Just Gleaming and Snow Dusk. And I mostly use this one in my inner corner. I use this one day, actually. But that's the majority of how this is used. I also took my Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Palette in Pillow Talk to work on. I have a shade in here I'm trying to finish. And then 2 additional palettes that I took. From Viseart, I took the Rose Edit palette. This I pulled into my Palette Love series. And this was really beautiful. I used it at least twice, if not 3 times. I really enjoyed using that. It's really pretty. And then I also took the Huda Beauty Nude Light Palette. Cannot speak. And this was lovely as well. I loved using this one. So those both got usage, which was lovely. And then lastly, in terms of eyeshadow, I mentioned the Salt New York Magnetic palette. So I took 1 additional eyeshadow that's in my pan in every palette, and it was from the Viseart Petite Pro Soleil. This is going to be a spoiler because otherwise I can't show it to you. I actually pulled it into Hit Pan. I wanted to try to Hit Pan while I was gone, and I did. This is the gold shade from that palette. And then I also brought all of my shadows from my Pan That palette this year, which is the Shade and Light Eye Contour Quad and Rust, and these are all of my Franken shades. So I brought all of those with me to play around with, to have. And I use them fairly regularly. I kind of feel like I can combine these 2 together because honestly they go on the eye very similarly. We'll see. But yeah, they came in handy. I used all of them. And what I love about this is, of course, it's magnetic. And one of the things that I brought with me is this little, what do they call these? Color switch. And I actually just stuck this on there whenever I was somewhere, and I had my makeup items out. And I would just take the cap off. And I would have that sitting in there. And I would use my color switch. I need to clean that out, but yeah. There's a cat hair. But yeah, it came in handy. Having that color switch stuck to the magnet. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I took in terms of eyeshadows. And let's see. I took 1 eyeshadow base. I took my Mally Shadow Stick Extra in Shimmering Mauve. This one here. I'm working on finishing this, so I definitely wanted to take this. In terms of brow products, I took the NYX Micro Brow Pencil that I'm working on finishing, and then my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel, which I have been using for a while. There's probably a ton of product in here. I need to take out the stopper and see, but I know there's a ton of product left in here. I took several mascaras that I wanted to work on finishing. So I have my Estee Lauder Little Black Primer, which is a holy grail. Always will have that. For Marc Jacobs, I have the Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. From Lancome, I have the Definicils mascara. This is an awesome mascara. I love this one. And then from the Balm, I have the Mad Lash mascara. I was working on this, the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. And I was going to take this, but I don't love it. I don't love how my lashes feel at the end of the day. So that's why I ended up going with this one, the Mad Lash, because this is kind of more of a staple mascara. Like, I know what my lashes do with this, and my lashes don't act funny with this one. This one, they were like, I was wanting to peel my lashes off at the end of the day. It was weird. My sister loves this one. This is what she uses. But anyway, so this one stayed home, and I'll start working on that whenever this one's done. So yeah, those were the mascaras I took. Ah, got her. Somewhere. From Milo. And let's see, I think the last thing in terms of makeup is eyeliners, right? Well, except for lippies. So from eyeliners, I took 3. I took this Sephora Colorful Contour Eye Pencil in black. This is a staple in my waterline, so I just took this guy. That way I didn't have to fiddle with different, like, weird eyeliner pencils. And it's not in a project or anything, but it was easy to work with. And then I took 2, like, lash line eyeliners. I took this Physicians Formula Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeliner in black. It's from the Smoky Eyes Trio. And this is also not in a project. Well, is it? Am I working on finishing this? Now I can't remember. I don't think I'm working on finishing this in a project. I think I just pulled this in because this had usage and I wanted to pull this in to finish eventually. So I went ahead and pulled this. I was working on my Sephora eye pencil to get some, like, uses. A different Sephora eye pencil, but I needed something that I could use, like, every day on the lash line, so I pulled this in. And then I have this in my 100 Colorful Empties. This is Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, so I pulled this in as well. Sometimes I don't have the time to do this. I need something that's just a pencil that's really quick. So I brought this, but I wanted the pencil as well. I feel like I have a cat hair on my lashes, but I don't. That was all the makeup other than lippies. I did bring some, like, tools. So, a couple of things. I did bring 2 of these, like, hair clippy thingies. Well, there goes one. I use these to... Fail. I use these to pull my hair back, like, if it's... which is so that I could do my face. So I brought 2 of these in case I lost one, which I didn't end up losing either. And I brought my curler this is from Rapture. This is my eyelash curler. This is a fantastic eyelash curler. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So I wanted the best of the best, and this is my favorite, so I brought this one. And then I brought some tweezers. I love these tweezers from Anastasia or Beverly Hills. They are fabulous. Fabulous. They're super pointy. I don't know. I love them. I have them in pink and black. And this is in my travel bag. This black pair is in my travel bag. So took those. And then I had to take a sharpener, of course. So I grabbed this. My favorite is the one from Sally's Beauty. I have an older one as well, but it's this one. It's by Boutique. It's fabulous. Fabulous. But this one from Ulta Beauty is actually not bad at all. I'm very impressed with it. It's this one here. It's dirty, I'm sorry. But, you know, it has one for different sizes. And, of course, it lifts up. And there's gunk in there right now. But the funny thing is Sephora's eye pencils are a little bit too wide for, like, traditional sharpeners. Like the Urban Decay sharpener. And I think there's one other one that I have that it doesn't fit, but it fits inside this one. So if you're shopping at Ulta and want to get a sharpener from them, I recommend the one from Ulta. It's really good. So I took this one. So those were the tools I took other than the color switch, which I already showed you. Okay, let me put this stuff like in a bin or something and I'll show you the lippies I brought. Okay, let me see. Let me show you the like balmy products. There are a few that aren't here because I finished them. Well, there's one here that I'm not going to show you because I finished it. Right? Yeah, one. But the other, there's two that are clear. I have from EOS like this chapstick. It's in grapefruit. So I brought this, and then I also brought from Too Faced the Hangover RX Pillow Balm Lip Treatment, and this is in Watermelon Kiss. So I brought these two clear. Oh, one other item that I brought, which it's sitting by my bed right now, I think. Yeah, it's not here. It's my Laneige sleeping mask in vanilla. That also came with me. It slept. It sat by the bed. I put it on every night. So that also came with me. But I think it's currently over there or somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't have it with me. Okay, I went ahead and found a couple other things. I took a couple of other clear ones. I took the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm and this Glossier RoseBalm.com Universal Skin Salve. I use this mostly on my lips. I have used it on occasion on my cuticles, but I actually prefer it on my lips over my cuticles. So those were the clear products. And then another balm that I took that is a tinted balm. This is by Pixi. It's a Shea Butter Lip Balm. And this is Ripe Raspberry. This one. You can see it's very tinted. So those were the balmy products. Well, here's one more. I took from Rare Beauty the Dewy Lip Balm in Sincere. And this one I really wanted to work on finishing. I'm not going to spoil it. I was really close. And so I wanted to make sure that I worked on finishing that. Lip glosses. I took from Buxom the... See, this is the Full On Lip Polish in Dolly. This is a little tiny mini. I did use this, and there's some windowing, but you can't see it right now. I promise there's windowing. From ColourPop, I took the Ultra Glossy Lip in Fairy Floss. I have a 20 use goal on this. So I actually used this a bunch on the plain back yesterday. From Clinique, I took the... Yeah, that's right. I took the Clinique Pop Splash Lip Gloss in the shade Fizz Pop. This is in my 50 Shades of Green. I think I want to use half of this. From Wayne Goss, I took the High Shine Gloss in Petunia. I made really great progress on this, but you can't tell. You cannot tell. I am going to have to do some... Anyway. Yep, there's major progress on that one. I use it a bunch. Let's see. I used this a couple of times, but I don't know. I feel like there's a major air bubble in here. Ugh. The Lancome Juicy Tubes in Mary Mary. This one. The Juicy Mary, but it's all rubbed off. And I think this is the last gloss. Yeah. From Sephora, it's like the Glossy Balm in Warrior Princess. This long tube thing. I can't remember what my goal on this one is. So those were all the glosses. Well, you could count this as a gloss, but it's kind of like an in-betweener. From NARS, it's the Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Bound. So my goal is to finish this. I did end up taking out the stopper on this, so we're getting there. I'm getting there. So then in terms of lip products that I like, lip colors, lipsticks, I took from Maybelline the Color Sensational Matte Lipstick in Lust for Blush, which is this one. I am working on finishing this. So I took that shade. I took the Tom Ford lip color in the shade Indian Rose. This little mini It's in my lip service project to finish. There's the shade there. I didn't take anything too dark, but I did take some things that, you know, had some usage goals, as well as some things that I wasn't close on hitting like a quarter use in any of my projects that they were in, if that makes sense. From Urban Decay, I took the Vice lipstick in Naked. So here's the shade. It's the, you know, easy shades to throw on. And oh, that was... I thought it was a bug. Oh, it's my earring. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that scared me. Okay. From Tarte. From Tarte, I have this Glide and Glow lipstick, butter lipstick in Bare Bud. This one. This is in my lip service as well. Whew. From L'Oreal, I have the Colorish Plump and Shine in the shade Mulberry Plump. So this one here, and that is what I'm wearing right now. Making good progress on that one. Let's see. From Becca, I took the Ultimate Love lipstick in the shade Blush. This one. This one got good use too. From MAC, I took the matte lipstick in Moxie. I don't think I used this one once. Yeah, I did not use this one once. And it's got some other shade mixed with it. But yeah, I didn't use this shade at all. It's too bright. I did work on this a couple of times. From Pat McGrath Labs, the matte trans lipstick in Venus and Furs. I'm working on finishing this in my Throwback 30 project. So I was like, well, let me see if I can get some use on it. I used it a couple times. More than a couple, several. And I think this is the last, no, there's one more. Okay. The Tarte Color Splash lipstick in Margs. I was working on finishing this one. Not going to spoil it. And then the last lipstick, I think, well, no, there's one more. Yeah. The last bullet, I should say, is from Kiko, and it's the Jelly Stylo. And this is like rosy mauve or something. It's this one here. And here's the shade. And this is in lip service. And I'm pretty sure I hit my goal on this one, but I haven't measured it yet. And then I do have one lipstick that's, I can't remember which project I put this in, but I actually, it was a little mini, but I decanted it into, like I melted it down and put it in here. And this was the Clinique, what is this? Clinique Pop lipstick in the shade, I actually have a double of it. Nude Pop. Yeah, I think it's Nude Pop. So I put it in here and I was like, I'll take a lipstick brush. Did I take a lipstick brush? No, I totally forgot. So on the plain back, this was actually in my knitting bag and I kind of forgot about it. So I just started like dipping my finger in there and applying it. It's fine. And I think those were, all the like normal lip products. I did take one liquid lipstick, which I didn't end up using this at all. By Kat Von D, I took the shade Bauhaus. Didn't use it once. And I think that's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was all the makeup I took. It was a lot. It was, I was there for 2 weeks, so of course I took a lot. Now, I'll do the same thing whenever I go to Spain. It'll be a much smaller bag. I typically, the bag that I take on smaller tips, the makeup bag that I take on smaller trips is actually this one. And I think this I got at Target. This is not a Sephora bag, but it's very dirty. I'm not going to show you the inside of it right now because it's really dirty. But yeah, this is this much smaller bag. Yeah, the big one I take whenever I go on like 2-week trips. I will say I did miss my makeup collection and like what I'm panning very much. Like I was really starting to get tired of the eyeshadows I was working on or that I brought with me. Very tired. The same things. I was like, oh, I want something different. I was ready to come home and play with the things that I have here that I didn't take with me. Hence the purple. I was going to show you the inside of this. My Roomba's going. So this on the inside, as you can see, it has these little like areas with a stretchy elastic where you can place like foundation sticks or tubes of any kind. They can be held in here like that. And then it also has this like meshy part here in the center, which you can open up. It has a Velcro bit that will open and shut, and you can place like pencils and stuff in here. I always forget about that, but it's a great way to like hold things in. I also have a like makeup brush roll that I put all my brushes in, and that's what I travel with in terms of brushes. I don't put my brushes in here. But yeah, this is a great bag. I really do enjoy this. So I think that's everything. This is a very long video. Much longer than I intended it to be. If you guys have any questions around any of this that I talked about how I pack for traveling for long periods of time, let me know. But anyway, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you are doing well and staying safe. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. The last thing. Okay, so those were, I swear to God, there's a cat hair, like right here. Right here. Where are you? Look at that. From Maybelline, no, L'Oreal. From L'Oreal, I have the Colory Shine Plump and Shine. Well, I said that all wrong. Blech. That scared the crap out of me. Holy moly. Okay, bye.